You saw the highlights earlier, now for something a little extra from the Snooker World Championship.
Hello and welcome to Snooker Extra on day 3 of the 2015 Betfred World Snooker Championship from the Crucible Theatre here in Sheffield. One man who would love to add the world title to the 11 ranking titles he's already won is China's Ding Junhui, the world number 3. But standing in his way is Mark Davis, a player just outside the top 16. This should be intriguing. Watching this one for us, John Virgo and Terry Griffiths.
Oh, Ding Junhui, world rank number 3, gets this first round match underway against the very dangerous Potter, Mark Davis, world ranked 18, so not far from automatically qualifying for a place here at the Crucible. Just a little bit pacey with that safety, coming in and out of balk. Always a lot of people think that come the World Championship is just going to be Ding Junhui's year, but he's been a little bit disappointing of late. Although last year he came in having won 4 tournaments, Terry, and didn't produce, and this year he's had by his terms, a mediocre season. Maybe he's saving his best for the championship.
Yes, he played better out in the China Open, which is the ranking tournament before this one. Lost in the semi-final. But he's been patchy this year by his high standards.
Half a chance. He'd be disappointed to have missed that. Didn't have to do anything with the cue ball. He pots the red, it's on the black. It's understandable, first shot, but they're the type of balls you'd like to knock in to give you a good start. Well, he's going to get another one. Doesn't look as though the red will go to the right middle, but this is easy enough. It's made to look a very big pocket with the one near the jaws.
One.
It's a decent opportunity to score heavily here. Once he removes that black from the red from the right corner pocket, the black will be available into both pockets. That's what you need to make a sizable contribution.
Eight. 9.
Well, he didn't play a good positional shot on the red, but he's played an even worse one off the red. Okay, he's got an easy snooker to lay, but he'll be disappointed he's not scored as many as he should. Well, he's eyeing up the pot on the yellow. He's missed it.
Mark Davis now.
Well, he's had 2 reasonable chances there. And he's only got 9 points.
One.
Well, he can roll the red in. More hope to get on the colour. And he could have had a better kiss on the blue than that.
Ding Junhui 1.
What's concerning him here is that red near the right-hand side cushion. You don't want to catch this too thick and collide into that one. Of course, you've got to avoid the yellow as well. Bit pacey. Good pot. Blue not on its spot, so I don't know what kind of potting angle he's got on it. By the way, he's shaping up for the shot after the blue. He can't get close to the next red.
Six.
Just difficult
Enjoy
enough at
6.
this stage to make it missable, that shot. And the player has yet settled down. Sure, there'll be plenty of good stuff to come in this match, but not yet. Once again, the players are not getting the easiest of shots to get in here at the moment, but later on in the match, they would have probably knocked that one in.
One.
Rolled that in nicely. It's a typical first round match at the moment. Here at the Crucible, both players not really settled, looking for an easy starter, and then once you get a few points on the board, you soon relax into it. Terrific potter, Mark Davis. One of those type of players that could pot anything. You could have him in big trouble and he could pot his way out of it. Now he's gone into these and was trusting more to luck than judgment.
Four.
And he won't be getting any more. Could be deemed a little unlucky not to be on a red, but as I say, he trusted to luck more than anything else.
Mark Davis, 4.
Well, he's knocked a red towards this corner, and he's just enough angle on the pot, so it'll tempt Ding Junhui to play this. Although he's had a few of these, and he's not been spot on with them so far. And the same again, mind you, playing it at that pace, that distance, can always roll off slightly, so here's another chance for Mark Davis.
One.
Both players looking a little edgy still. He's one of these players to knock in the break to settle things down out there. You know, it doesn't sound quite right, but when both players are struggling together, they affect each other.
Seven. Forty. $15.
Well, I need to run through a little bit further there and asking referee Terry Camilleri from Malta to clean the cue ball. Probably took that extra couple of inches of pace out of it. So a little bit of work to do here with the cue ball. Couldn't have played it better. Good shot. Little unlucky to be hampered as he is, but doesn't have to do a lot with the cue ball, so it makes the pot that little bit easier. Well played.
23.
It's a little too far there for the red in the centre to be perfect, but he's taken it on. He's got to kiss into the pink and red. Well, you could just get enough
31.
backspin on to avoid them, which is handy, because that red is available behind the pink.
$38. $39.
The colour and one more red needed, but that one more red isn't as obvious as it should be from Mark Davis's point of view. He's not good on the blue, he's not good on the pink. This blue will put him 50 points in front, but there's still 59 points remaining. Wrong side of the blue, as you can see. Well decided to just settle for the 5 points. I may have been half tempted there myself, pot the pink and maybe attempt a double for the frame ball. I don't think he'll be playing a pot here. Or is he? Oh, a half-hearted attempt at one. You'd be getting the cue ball back to the ball, Ken. But
44.
well, he's got a good lead. But he's not a frame winning one yet. Half-hearted attempt at that red.
I think that's the first long pot he's made in this frame. He had a few and failed. Left himself an angle to bring the single red into play. Could have been better. Played it quite well. Got a little bit thicker.
8.
Give an easier pot on. Wanted to get that a little bit on the fuller side. He's taking this on, or he's looking to anyway. He needs an extension now on the back of the cue to help him there. Certainly doesn't make the pot any easier. Very well played. Now then, is he electing to set an angle? I don't think so.
No.
You could pot the pink possibly into the top corner and try and carry one of the reds out. That's a big ask.
could do with a colour. At the moment, 41 points behind, 43 remaining. If he doesn't pot the colour, then, you know, it just makes it a little bit more difficult when he, or if he gets a chance, he's going to need high-value colours. So this 6 points may come in handy, and he may be playing the shot you suggested, Terry. Great pot on the pink, and, well, he got the cannon, and a little unlucky. Didn't hold back there.
15.
Just wanted to hit the right-hand red of the two, not the left-hand red. At that pace.
Bing Junhui 15.
Well, not a bad safety. I think he may have snookered mark on both reds here, unless he can just get past the blue. Obviously can, but he's got to get a very thin contact here. Couldn't have played it much better. Okay. The cue ball's coming in out of baulk, but he had a problem there. The main thing was keep it safe.
Didn't really want that contact with the blue to start. And Davis now got a good chance here. 36 in front. Just needs the red. No. Well, 35 in front he was, but it's still, the red would have been enough. Nobody stamped their authority in this first frame, that's for sure. Both players have missed good chances. Mark Davis, of course, made a 44 break, but before that he'd missed a few. And he would have preferred to put that red safe, but stayed open now and can take this on in the centre. Sometimes in these situations when you're leading and close to the winning the first frame or any frame really, you tend to have this slightly negative effect about things, not wanting to take a chance. Well, in general terms you should be the opposite to that. Being more positive when you're taking the shots on. Oh, that was a great putt. As good as he's done in this first frame.
1.
Yeah, I mentioned earlier on about the potting prowess of Mark Davis. There's no better potter in the game than Ding Junhui. He's another one that you just get the feeling sometimes he could pot anything. But he's a little bit short of pace there. I think he played for the red into the left
6.
corner. And he played the safety now.
Bing Junhui 6.
Well, he was hoping to get the cover with either brown or blue, but he hasn't done. Now, I don't know if there's enough distance between that red and the baulk cushion to get right in behind it. Not quite. And he's left a chance here. Not bad. Obviously the green's going to be a big problem. But he landed nicely on this pink, it would appear. If the yellow passes the blue, he's just looking to see where he can leave the angle. He could just drop the pink in, leave a nice angle on the yellow to get to the baulk cushion on the green. Left a little bit too much there, has he?
Seven. Nine.
No, it was okay. But, well, I don't think he'll take the green on now. He's just bounced off that baulk cushion a little bit too much. Dangerous shot to take on when you consider his opponent only needs one more ball. No value in the pot here, or risking it, I wouldn't have thought.
Doing 9.
Well, Mark Davis coming round, have a look. Does this green pot? Only the green he needs, and it does go. As you can clearly see. Not quite. These first round matches, of course, first to 10, best of 19. But every frame has its own little importance, and I would think that of the two, Mark Davis would be very disappointed if he lost this frame. As I say, I know there's a long way to go, but he's had ample chances to take it. But whoever pots the green, if it's Ding Junhui, he becomes the favourite. Don't think he's quite got the snooker. There you see, on the player's view, just get to it enough to send it. Well, he could play it twice across, try and get the green in behind the black. Well, was that half attempt at the double, do you think, Terry?
It's a full attempt. He couldn't see anything better there, safety-wise. He couldn't hit that much of the green, really, about half ball, I should think, or a bit under. As it's turned out, this safety is a little bit awkward for Mark Davis. Mainly because where the black, pink and blue are, have to be careful here. Is he having a go? Well, he did have a go, but he missed it. A proverbial mile. Doesn't want to kiss the blue. Oh, well played, sir.
It's unbelievable what happens, isn't it? Things that happen on the snooker table. Amazing. I mean, once he's missed the green, I bet Mark was thinking he was going to leave it. And look at that. Nestle right up behind the blue. Yeah, well played.
He's got a similar problem, again with those three high-value colours here. Doesn't want to hit the green into any of those because he could leave it on. What can he do?
Well, he could try and play thin off the green at this side of the green and get the cue ball back up to the balk and send the green to the opposite side cushion. Decided to play it that way, and he'll be happy enough with that, because not only has he got the green in the safest position, he's knocked the pink in an awkward place, which is just what he needs, being 20 points in front with 25 remaining.
Well, Ding here, I think, could play to kiss the pink out, play the green thin back onto the balk cushion. He has had a go at it. Oh, well, he's a bit unlucky there not to bring it out a bit further. It's a very clever shot.
Well, he's got just a slight angle here, so he can play the run through. Oh, is he playing the screw shot? He did. Now, where's this green going? Safe.
This green definitely doesn't want to be potted. Both players have had a go and missed it. Large margin, I'm afraid. He doesn't want to kiss the blue, but he has. Trying to get behind the black. Now the player has played a good, really good safety, a telling safety, trapping their opponent. That's what's needed.
Well, that's that telling safety you were talking about, Terry. Right on cue. Well, that's all you can do there. You just hit the ball and hope you get it safe, but it's not completely safe. The screen is cuttable. And the natural path for the cue ball is to take it back up to the balk end where the brown is. Just needs to slow up a bit.
3. Yes.
Funny, the first couple of days I didn't detect any bounces whatsoever. I thought the tables were playing beautiful, but all of a sudden there seems to be one or two shall we say quick ones coming off the cushions. Played that nicely.
7.
Blue, pink and black. For a frame, he never looked like winning.
Was.
I'm surprised he played it like that. He thought if he just potted it and screwed back, then he would leave the cue ball too close to the cushion in an effort not to do that. He played it with more pace, missed it by a way, and this pink for the frame. And he'll be very relieved, will Mark Davis. He had enough chances to have clinched it well before then, but you never settle until you get your first frame on the board. And Mark Davis has it. And he leads Ding Junhui by 1 frame to 0. Just not happening at the moment. May have had a result there, though. Lucky not to leave the red over the corner, and it isn't a straightforward hit one red onto the other here. Particularly as he's got to put a little bit of pace into the cue ball. Play a deep screw back up for the blue, but got to be accurate. It's not right in the jaws. But played it well enough, and I think the black's on. The black's available.
Good part. It's just a matter of he's still on an easy red, and he's okay because the black doesn't go in his own spot. I'm going to look if the pink goes into the corner.
Nine.
Mark Davis has got to push on from here now. He's won 2 scrappy frames, but as John said, will feel a lot more confident than Ding at the moment. All the expectation, of course, on Ding's shoulders, and as yet, it's very early on, but he hasn't produced. Nothing near like his normal form.
Sixteen. Seventeen.
Well, it looks as The red to the left of the black is available. If you can find a way to get on that.
Yes, and played it nicely.
22. Three.
Looking more settled, shot by shot now, Mark Davis.
30.
It's funny enough, I'm looking at his record. He first came here in 1992. And it's a case of, with some of the players, where are they now? (1994) lost 10-7 to Terry Griffiths. First time he came here, he lost in a qualifier to Billy Snadden. I wonder where Billy is these days. If you're watching, Billy, hope you're well.
37.
Sure, he went into the police force or something, didn't he? Or something like that, or fireman. I think he's back playing again now, Billy. I think he's starting to play a bit in the Amish game. Yeah, he's a good player. Yeah.
Yeah, he was a good player. That was when Mark really came to prominence, was the year after Ken Doherty won the World Championship. He beat him in the first round, you know.
38.
Oh, he's looks like he's got to somehow or other go into the pack. Quite sure he can hold the cue ball, the cut in the blues. Perhaps a little too thin for that. This is the most confident Mark Davis has looked so far in the match once he's in the balls. Now then. As things are always in snooker, when you're in front and things are going for you, you get a good split, and when you need it badly, they don't split for you. There's no guarantees anytime.
Yeah, but his belief will be growing and growing. I think I got that wrong. He did beat Ken Doherty in the first round, but I think it was in 1995 when he beat him, and he lost in the second round to Peter Ebden. But he's got a history here at the Crucible, so he knows his way
44.
around Sheffield.
He lost then 10-9 to Ken Doherty in the year that Ken won, 1997, because we were talking about that earlier on in the dressing room. Amazing. Ken Doherty beat Stephen Hendry, didn't he?
Yeah,
In the final,
1997.
yeah.
10-8, actually, it was.
10-8 was it? Sorry.
Yeah. All right, Terry, your memory's going to fade you a little bit.
What memory?
Who said that? Meanwhile, as we go through a few facts and figures, Mark Davis, slowly but
57.
surely, is chipping away, and all the reds are open there, you see. They'll go 60 points in front with this black. So only looking for one more red to get to the snooker's required stage.
It's not just that, John. It's the way he'd done it, because he struggled as well as Ding. It's just a matter of nick the frames, but this will certainly settle him down now.
Yeah, now he's playing properly, and that was the thing. You win the first couple of frames that could have gone either way, but not put under any pressure
66.
really from Ding Junhui. And now he's settled into a nice stride, nice rhythm. Oh, and if he'd have potted that, Ding Junhui won't have bothered coming back to the table, but he will now. He's given him a glimmer of hope. Okay, 61 points in front, but there's 59 remaining.
Well, he tried to get through that gap to cut that red, but it's the wrong red then. Has he been lucky? Well, the black's tied up anyway, so you can see he's trying to get through to the bottom red, but catches the first red. I don't think Ding has got a red he can pot and get on a colour. The pink looks available into the left corner, but can he pot a red and get out there? See, the red into this right corner is well, just off straight, so can't do much with that. Amazing.
Yeah, you make a mess of the safety, and you don't leave anything easy, and sometimes you can play the best safety shot of the match and it can cost you the frame, so there's no rhyme or reason sometimes. And the problem is for Ding Junhui, okay, he can pot the red, but if he can't get on the colour, where's the safety? He can't go up to the balk end because there's red near the left middle. I mean, the one to the right of the cue ball, that's unmissable. The one to the left, well, that could be missed. Wondering if there was any way, but I'm sure he'd have played it by now if he can just find the gap and possibly. Is he thinking of trying to force the cue ball up the table, bring the black into play?
One.
And possibly be on the pink to the middle? Just had to trust to luck for position, but by the looks of it, I don't think he was too unhappy with the outcome.
It's nice to see Ding taking a positive shot, though, I must say. He hasn't changed his shot selection, though he's struggling out there, and that's good to see sometimes. It's easy when you're struggling out there to curl up in the corner, out of the way, as we say. In other words, don't take any chances. So there's the start of something big from Ding. His break so far 23. And at a rough guess, he's had about 15 chances. That's a lovely shot. He is one of the best in the game with that type of shot, cannoning into balls and clearing colours. Top class.
I think it's always noticeable when this is something I look at. The average shot time for Ding Junhui at the moment is 28 seconds a shot. Now, when he's on form and tossing balls and making big breaks, I mean, that can go below 20.
15.
He's not a slow player by any means, but just the way he started off today, he got no rhythm, and it's affecting his average shot time.
20. $21.
Yes, he's a class act on his day. And he's had plenty of good days in his career so far, and I'm sure there's a lot more to come, but this isn't one of his good days so far. But if he could take this frame and get his first frame on the board, a little interval, settle him down, you never know what could happen. But he's overrun that a little bit.
Funny if we were saying the other day, I
27.
remember one of your players, Terry, was saying that when you're playing the roll through without touching a cushion, it was very hard to judge because the cue ball was just running on that 2 or 3 inches, and it certainly found ding out there. This isn't perfect by any means. And he didn't even get close with the red.
27.
Not close. Okay, it was missable, but didn't even get in the jaws.
Yes, I know we're all giving him a bit of criticism, and quite rightly so, the way he's playing, but he must be feeling awful in his chair there.
1.
He's put his work in, looking forward to playing this championship again. There's great championships, and to start the way he has, Ding, is going to be a real tough test for him now. It's almost as if that when Ding comes to the Crucible, the doubts he's had all come to fruition. I'm afraid it's very sad to see that. He hasn't lost this match, obviously. It's a long way from that, and you never know what could happen
4.
if he was to win this match, but he'll have to improve a lot from where he is now.
Played that well. And to make the angle and striking down as he did, he really cued it nicely. I think it's straight enough on this pink that he can screw back, because a lot of these reds are blocking one another. Just a little cannon like that would help. Give him a red to the right corner, possibly the ready cannons into the... Well, he decided not to play the cannon. Made no difference, but that was the line he needed to come down at. I'd have been tempted to play the cannon just to release that red a little bit more. It was his choice. And if you got the cannon on that red, you could have been on that red. If he's straight on this one, as he is, it's not an easy thing to get on the next colour. Well, another terrific pot, and that's his strength. Mark Davis, he can pot. Heart in the mouth time there. He stayed down. He thought he was just going to drift to the near jaw,
18.
and it did. It just had the enough of the pocket to drop.
$19.
black to take him within 1 point.
$26.
Penny for your thoughts, Ding.
Yeah, I was just going to ask the same question, Terry. I wonder what he's thinking.
27.
That's nicely played. Not an easy shot, that. Could have done with a few more inches on the
30.
cue ball coming off that cushion, but could hit those shots a lot harder than you think, even on these fast cloths. Now you've got a choice here. You can really hold for the pink if you want, or swing across the black. Black it is.
34.
Play that well. Give yourself a few options now.
Yeah, I think those two reds to the left of the pink are both available. Well, you can see perfectly they're available into the middle pocket. So just drop the black in. It's a frame-winning opportunity, and he'd love to go into the mid-session interval, Mark Davis. 4-0 in front. And that's certainly on the cards now.
$48. $49.
Looks to have the angle then to pot the pink and take the cue ball off the side cushion for the top red there. Not quite sure if he's got a great angle now.
55.
Can't see from here, but it could be difficult to avoid those other two reds. She'd rather be straightish there, or the angle the other way for the potting angle. So you can stand up for pink and or black. Maybe able to miss these reds. No. They were too close, really. The spin doesn't take that quickly. Not going to play a good safety now. He's 29 points in front. For the colours saved properly on the side cushion.
Brown.
Is he putting this safe, or is he playing a snooker? A bit of both.
Mark Davis, 56.
Oh, lots of both. That is absolutely perfect. You've got the brown safe and you've got the snooker on the two reds. And, well, Ding Junhui, what is it? It's an hope, this. You'll be getting frustrated with what's happening so far. Well, he's played it delicately. Does it reach? Does it bounce? It doesn't.
Mark Davis.
Now, miscalled, and without even coming to this end of the table, Mark Davis has taken it, and now there may have been a possibility there of a red to the far right corner, red to the middle, which could have been a frame winner. Not saying he's wrong, but I'd have had a look. going to bounce. Just touching ball, is it? It's not touching ball. If it was, the referee, Terry Camilleri, would have nominated it. Just feel when he made the last attempt to escape Ding Junhui and just left it a bit short, I'd have certainly been having a look at whether one of the reds was available to pot.
Foul, yeah. Ding Junhui 4.
Well, foul. Didn't look that much gap that you could possibly hit the cue ball and not get there. Couldn't get any advantage from that, of course. Easy to get the cue ball back up to the ballk end. He'd love to get the green as a blocker for the two reds, but whether that is on or not, I don't know. Nearly. But as the blue come to be the blocking ball. It's like a song, that, isn't it? Was it blocking? Oh, Wrecking Ball, wasn't it? Someone in my ear said it was Bruce Springsteen, wasn't it?
Think it was Mario Lanza.
Funny enough, they had a show at the Lyceum, and it was a Mario Lanza story, and my great friend Mark Rowe, the golfer, the former European golfer, he thought Mario Lanza was a comedian. You get your breath. One of the greatest tenors of all time. Well, he's played the two-cushion escape, miscalled, probably taken.
It's the cue ball and caught the knuckle there. He may give him Ding a free ball. Just the 4 points now and have another go. He's a long way out there.
Was it further up? Yeah.
Yeah, it's not the easiest two-cushion escape, this, with pace, particularly when, I mean, okay, if the red's up in the middle of the table, just behind the pink or something, it's a bit more of a chance.
You want to check left, right?
Sometimes wonder why the referees don't leave it to the players to have it put back. Well, here's where it was, there. And where is it now? Well, just a fraction closer to the baulk cushion than it was. Oh, he played it well that time. Very good. And May have got the snooker back. Well, I think there may be a gap between the black and blue, but he can't get to the edge of the red. So if he can't get to the edge, he can't get back to baulk. And being 25 points behind, he needs to get this safe. He's not hit the red.
Foulness. Mark Davis.
So 29 points to lead. I don't blame him for putting it back this time. He's making life very easy for Mark Davis here, Terry, isn't he?
I think he's lost his touch, isn't he? He's a few times now he's tried to get out to Snooker's dead weight and made a bit of a mess of it. It's just tough for him at the moment because he's not playing well out there. We all know what that feels like. He's just got to hang in at this time.
Well, that's why, you know, the best of 19 frames. 2 sessions, but he's missed again.
Foulness. Mark Davis.
There'll be no hesitation. Mark Davis won't even bother getting out of his seat.
Well, they're back where they were because Mark Davis was 33 points in front and he gave 2 4-point fouls away, and now Ding's done it, so it's...
Yeah, but I'd rather be 33 points in front, wouldn't you, Terry? Looks a bit better this time.
Fouls.
Oh!
Mark Davis.
Boy, it's a harsh rule, this, isn't it?
I don't like the rule. Neither
No,
do you, John. Do you?
I don't like the rule at all. But it's harsh there. I mean, what was that? Coulter paint. But once they start calling it, they're going to keep calling it until he hits it. So the players accept it, so we'll have to.
He's got it this time. The point is, it wasn't a difficult hit for the red, even at a slow pace.
No. Quick glance at the scoreboard for Mark Davis now. He only needs this red. He'll put him 38 points in front with 35 remaining. Oh! Well.
Looked in.
Yep.
It just dropped back. It seemed to drop back a bit onto the near knuckle then.
Well, Ding Junhui, you've been handed a lifeline here. What can you do with it? You couldn't have played it any slower, but just caught that top jaw and kept it out. Oh, well. Well.
Where's the black going?
Well, yeah, absolutely. He's got an horrendous fluke, but have a look at this pink. Not good signs for Ding Junhui to miss a ball like that. Okay, lucky to get away with it, but dear me, he cued that. It's as bad as I've ever seen him cue a ball. Good hit. Okay, he couldn't get it safe, but after the pink in the middle, this won't be easy in his eyes. He's rolled it in. Of course, the saving grace for Mark Davis could be the brown. And of course, the pink now being at the other end of the table. Well, my mistake, of course. Looking at the score, he pots this, he still needs a snooker. So much happening in this. There you see it, 28 points behind, 27 remaining. So much happening, I'm forgetting about the score. The most important part.
Ten.
No, then good chance here if he wants to stand behind pink. Or brown, really. I think pink looks the easier one. He's checking the score now, Ding. He's not sure himself, John.
No. Too pacey. Oh, well, he just managed to make contact with the brown. And it's got the snooker, but one cushion escape. Shouldn't be too hard to hit.
Well, a straightforward escape here for Mark Davis, but if the cue ball had travelled a few more inches behind the brown, it would have been a tough one to escape from. It's been Mark Davis who's been making the biggest break so far in this match. He's At 44, 66 and 56, of course, in this frame. That's a good attempt, but I'm not sure he was trying to hit that green into the brown. He was hoping the green would come down the table, white behind the pink.
Yeah, and talking about breaks, Ding Junhui, one of the most prolific break builders in the game today, hasn't made a 30 break. Highest break 27. And he's getting down to play this quickly. I think he wants to get to the dressing room.
Foul.
I think he's had enough of these 4 frames. He's had a word with Mark Davis, and Mark Davis obviously will accept the concession. So Ding Junhui will go back to his dressing room with an awful lot to think about, because he has not turned up as yet, and he trails 4 frames to 0.
Touch him.
It's up to Ding Junhui now to find a bit of form. 5 more frames scheduled in this first session of this match. But from Mark Davis's point of view, Terry, you've got to ignore what your opponent's doing. You've just got to concentrate on your own game and the shot in front of you.
Yes, of course, I was in with Mark now in his dress room, and he's obviously quite comfortable with the scoreline and understands that what's happening out there is quite sharp. Mark Davis, he's been around a long time, he's a very experienced player, and he's had a lot of good results in the last few years. He still haven't won a ranking event, but he's getting closer to it. He's got a number of semi-finals. He's beaten most of the top seeds in the game at one time or other. And what I like about him, John, is that because he's had to go to the qualifying, you know, which obviously you can play 3 matches, as they said. And he said to me, what I don't want to do, he said, is sit in the house and watch the players play in the Crucible. And he didn't.
No, and listen, I mean, when we first turned professional, we all had to play qualifying matches, and when you came through that qualifying round, and you won it as a qualifier, but you got such a buzz out of the fact that you had qualified for the Crucible. I mean, that stood you in good stead for the months to come, didn't it?
Well,
Foul and miss.
tried with that very
Mark
thin
Davis.
to play a safety shot with no damage. Mark Davis has got a choice whether to replace the balls or put Ding back in, whether white is no, or play it himself, so plenty of choice.
Just flicked the yellow, but no harm done. Didn't catch the yellow thick enough to stop it finishing up near the baulk cushion, so I'd be happy with that. But Ding Junhui catching the yellow, so that doesn't make it a good safety. hand on the table. Not a good safety shot from Ding Junhui. This looks good. This looks good. Ooh, just a fraction from being a snooker on all the reds, but you can just get past the yellow. Of course, that red being next to the black has tied things up somewhat. Well, I thought he could maybe get through to the red that's near the top cushion, but if he can't, then all he can play is a containing safety off the red that's next to the black. I think if he just played it half ball and come off the side cushion to the top cushion, he wouldn't be leaving anything. No other shots on. A mistake. Left the red on here. Just have to trust to luck, I think, for position. But don't miss the red. And it goes. Found a gap which didn't appear to be there, but he played it nicely enough to finish short of the baud line and be nicely on the green. It's amazing, Terry. We say he's out of sorts, but you know the way the game is. If he was to get in here and make a good break, it'd soon settle him down and get his cue arm going, because at the moment he's not been hitting the ball well. See what he can do with this opportunity. I'm not quite certain what he did at the interval. I don't know whether he went on the practice table.
4.
Yes, he normally does, Ding, so I think the way the game got the first 4 frames, he would definitely been out there having to hit a few balls just to loosen up, I suppose. He didn't get a lot of table time. And like you say, John, one good effort here and he could be springing into life, and he's very capable of running 4 frames off in no time at all with big breaks. He's done it many times.
Twice.
He's usually very, very good in these situations. A lovely touch, normally, when he's in and around the black spot area. Needs to make this effort count, just for his own self-belief.
Well, I think it did help him that the session came along, because if he'd stayed out there, he may have continued to struggle, whereas he can collect his thoughts for about 15-20 minutes. I've hit a few balls, as you said, John, on the practice table, and nice to see him when he came out and they were cheering and he had a laugh, you know, and he never used to be like that, but he's got a good sense of humour. Dingers.
Yeah, he's certainly matured over the years. He'll be disappointed with this positional shot, though. He's going to have to cannon the black. Can he develop it? Oh, just it well. Just it very well. Yeah, he was a bit of an introvert when he first came on the scene. Understandable, coming to a strange country. I always take my hat off to the overseas players. It's not easy living out of a suitcase and away from your homeland.
It's not easy living in one either.
No.
I think his problem was he's very shy, John, isn't he? He's very young, obviously, and coming over this place, but... I think since he's picked up the language, he's one of the few of the Chinese players that's come over here, and there's quite a few of them, that's learnt the language. I think that's helped him a lot. Ding, of course, is a very hard-working professional. He's always on the table practicing and does everything the right way. He's very humble considering his country. He's as well known as anybody in China. And I don't mean just snooker players.
28.
He's a very humble man.
Well, he's on this red, but he's looking to see if there's a path he can find. But if he tries to come down on the black, he's not guaranteed to be on the black here. Oh, well, he just the cannon beautifully. And that's what he's capable of. He's got a lovely touch when he's running around the black, when he's on the top of his game, and judged that to perfection. Well played, made it look easy. It was tricky.
Yes, he oozes class, doesn't he, when he's in the balls? He always has. His position play is as good as anybody.
36.
No, he's left himself a tough one in the middle. Got to hit it at pace, isn't it? No room for error here.
37.
Thought I'd never say it, but then we'll be delighted by getting to 37 here on the table. Highest break previously was, I don't know, in the late 20s or up to 30 before, but probably been practicing up in the academy in Sheffield and doing hundreds every frame. Bit of a shock to the system when you come here and can't make any breaks. The other thing with Ding, of course, is he's a lot more experienced now than he was when he came over here first of all, and perhaps he'd be able to handle this type of situation better.
.44. .45.
Well, he came round to look where he wanted to leave the cue ball, and he didn't want to leave it there. Didn't want to be hampered. Just overrun that. I'm not certain now what he can do with this black. Well, he's having a look round, see if he can pot the black and run off the side cushion, but as I say, being hampered as he is, not straightforward this, by any means. Well, I could have done without the kiss on the red. It spoilt perfect position.
52.
Just flicked that red. And it just took the pace out of the cue ball. Still on this one, but up for a baulk colour.
53.
Well, he managed to hold it and has finished nicely on the blue. So a possible frame winning opportunity. His ice break before this was just a 27 break, so
59.
he's well past that, but he won't be too happy with that one. He's left this black a little bit awkward. 55 points to lead, but there's still a possible 75 remaining. Just wanted to catch that second red a bit fuller, but just run past it. Wasn't expecting to miss the black, but he's missed easier balls than this today. Used all the pocket, and the way he's looking, he flicked the red. Is he on a red?
66.
The black just struggled in. I think that's end of break. So 62 points the lead, but still 75 remaining. Lots of snooker left in this frame.
Junway 66.
Just caught that red a little too thin. So Ding's long putting hasn't been wonderful so far. 57%. Well, that'll improve it.
Where's the cue ball going?
Mark Davis.
So Mark Davis comes to the table, 58 points behind. Well, I think that's wrong actually, there's only 67 remaining. Because of course he potted the red before he went in off. But the point is, he can win here and he doesn't necessarily need high value colours. What he does need is one good pot on this opening red. He's got the pot, needs to be on a colour. I think he's going to be on the yellow, worse way.
1.
He'd rather be on a higher value colour than the yellow, but still got a chance.
He's got to play this with a lot of pace, so cue ball's going to travel a long way down to this red on the left there.
The last thing he wanted to do was catch the green, and he may have snookered himself on all the reds here.
3.
Amazingly enough. But as Terry said, he had to force it round, but just couldn't avoid the kiss on the green. 55 points behind, 59 remaining. Ding Junhui looking for one more red. As you can see, He is snookered on all reds. I think the one thing, well, he's playing the two-cushion escape with pace here. But if he misses it, he'll go on to tie. Well, he's played that a few times, that shot. And he's got the snooker back. Dear me, he plays that shot well.
Excellent, good shot. He could have afforded to give a few 4-point penalties away, but not to leave marks. To give us an easy chance, but he can pot this red in the middle if he wants to have a go at it.
Well, I think there's value. If it goes in, he's bound to be on the black. Trouble is, it's so close together. I've decided against it. Maybe feels that a good safety shot. And those two reds that lined up behind the pink may not be in possible positions at the moment. Well,
Foul.
where's the cue ball gone?
Mark Davis 4.
How does it go in from that angle?
Try and do that again. Yeah. Could be there forever trying to play that shot purposely.
And at that pace, oh, disappeared. Another long pot needed now. Good solid pot it was as well. And that's absolutely imperfect on the blue.
1.
Now, I did beg the question before whether these reds just below the pink are available. I don't suggest playing the cannon off the blue, to be honest with you. I'd rather play for the loose red. And then maybe try and disturb those reds off the black. The problem is, with that type of shot, if you catch the pink four in the face, you could stick on it. And you could also knock one to the top cushion. I'll play for the loose red here. Well, he did play the cannon. It wouldn't have been my choice, to be honest with you.
6.
Yes, unless he caught that pretty full on, he was always going to have the cue ball running towards one of the corner pockets and tight on side cushion here. He's got a red in the middle, but best of luck, mate.
Yeah. I mean, if he thought he could take it on and the only red he could leave was the one he was playing, then there might be a bit of value, but is that the case? Decision time.
Once you've looked at it a few times and haven't decided to take it on, you should play the safety.
He did go for it, and he thought the only red he could leave was the one he was playing, and, well, he doesn't look to have done any damage. No real damage. I think maybe the red cuts in, but it'd be very risky to play it.
Ding hasn't had the best of running in this frame, I've got to say that. That in off there and a few other things that's happened. They're not big things, but to Ding at the moment with no frames next to his name on the scoreboard, everything will hurt.
But the game's never been any different, has it? You know, you don't take your chances, and then all of a sudden the balls turn against you. Nothing at the moment is looking easy to Ding Junhui. You can see problems with every shot he looks at.
Well, he'd like to put a red safe here, wouldn't he? I mean, that's what he's aiming for, but it doesn't look as if there's a straightforward one. Put the red somewhere on one of the side cushions. Protecting a 45-point lead, just 51 points left on the table. But they're all wide open. Should Mark Davis get a chance?
And I don't see much merit in that shot, in all honesty. Gives Mark Davis an opportunity now to play a telling safety shot.
Those two reds there, he's taking one of them. By the look of it, look as if there may be a plant in that pocket. So if he played off the one on the right, without looking at it, he may leave a plant on for Ding. But as it turned out, he's moving that red, bringing it back into play. Didn't want it on the side cushion. That's pretty good.
Yep. And that red in the middle of the table, which you think is the one that Ding Junhui may play safe off. If he catches it too thin, he could run into the pink. And of course, if he plays it thick, then that red could come back up the table with the cue ball. Well decided just to play the containing safety, but does this red pass the pink into the middle? If it does, you've got to go for it. Does it go? It does. Got to go for it. If it goes in, you're on the black. Wow. Would you believe it? He's run through too far. Quick glance at the scoreboard. He needs a colour. At the moment, he's 44 points behind, and there's only 43 remaining. He's got to pot a colour here, otherwise he'll need a snooker. Thin cut on the pink. He feels he's got more control over the cue ball, but needs the pink to go in. No, not close.
Mark Davis one.
So it looks as though Ding Junhui is going to get his first frame on the scoreboard. He's 44 points in front, and there's only 43 remaining. Neither player has really played a good break-off shot here. They always seem to be catching it, that end red, too thin. Hence, you leave a pot on. There's a chance here for Mark Davis. He's usually very good at this type of shot. Right in the heart of the pocket. Needs a kiss, though. He's going to run past the baulk line. Needs a nice kiss.
One.
Didn't get one. Problem is, with this type of shot, there's such a big target for your opponent that there's not a lot of value in the snooker. Can he cut this green in? He's having a look at it. Mighty fine. No. It's a lot thinner than that. Well, the flick on the blue may have helped him here. I don't think he's left anything that will tempt Ding Junhui. The red near the top cushion, even if he's got a slight angle, it's a tough pot to take on. He's had a look at it, but I don't think he'd be tempted. He's trying to get himself back in this match. This is the last frame of this session, and if he can get out of it just one behind, he'll be well pleased. Aye, where's the green? Ooh.
Had quite a bit of safety in this match so far, and the success is not too bad, being 76%, and Mark Davis 81%. There's not a lot in it, but of course those stats also take into account that not actually playing a safety shot. They may be playing a pot come safety. They all count though, I suppose. I like to see the stats, I do. It's not everybody's cup of tea, but I think it gives good information out, both for, well, us as commentators, John, on the public, of course.
Yeah, and I think the stats have made a big difference. But you're not supposed to tell them that we've got them up there. Willie wants people to believe he knows them off heart, by heart.
I don't think Willie Thorne would do that, John. He may give you a tip now and then, but he won't say nothing on stats.
Yeah, the only tip he's ever given me is a blue diamond. Well, that's the worrying sign for me, for Ding Junhui. On that type of shot, he's usually such a good cueist, and he's got this piston-like action, pushes the cue through straight. And if you look at this, just never got near the jaws. And you can see the way he stood up, and unbelievable in the expression. He can't believe what's happening out there. But it's up to Mark Davis to punish him. He didn't do it in the last frame when he had a chance. Can he make the most of this one? He's got a nice angle on the blue. There's at least 3 reds available to the right corner, so no need to play any risky cannons. But if your opponent makes a mistake at this game, you've got to punish them.
Yes, I don't think Ding was shaking his head then because, you know, he felt he was unlucky with the red going on the corner pocket. I think it is because he missed the pot by so much,
absolutely.
you know. Even if he'd have wobbled it, you know, that red wouldn't have been available then, would it? But
No, I think he was just shocked by how far out he was and how badly he hit it.
7.
It's not the first time, is it, today that he's missed a ball by a long way. Maybe just a little bit of technique that maybe he should go on the practice table and just fire the balls up and down the spots. Just get himself hitting the cue ball in the middle rather than just slightly hitting across it.
yes, I think the speed of the delivery made that possible then. I'm afraid he delivered the cue so fast that it's very difficult to keep it online. He's overdone that. He doesn't look too happy.
14.
See you rubbing the cushion, that means he had a bounce. Let's have a look at it. Oh yes, he's right as well. That flew off the second cushion then. They normally stop on that second cushion. They slow up a bit. But he's out of position. Good safety needed, and let's get on with it.
Mark Davis, 14.
pretty good. Covered the main pack of reds, but Mark Davis can get through to the one on the left cushion there. Just be careful. Could get a double kiss off that one. And then you see he just missed it on the way up. Dangerous those. You catch it full ball as a double kiss, leaves the cue ball right down in the red.
Yeah. But what will disappoint him, and you mentioned it earlier in the match, and I think that's another thing, and it's an example of how badly both players have been hitting it. There's hardly been a telling safety shot played. You know, one that's, you know, consistently leaving someone on the baulk cushion. They always seem to be hitting that little bit too thin or too thick. Is he playing the pot? Is there a gap back to the baulk end? There was. And he knew he was bound to be on the green.
1.
He flicked another red there, didn't he? After potting that. Anyway, it was a pot, so it didn't matter. He still found the path back to the baulk end.
Well, he would have preferred if he didn't get the kiss then on the baulk. Though the green is easy, he's now going to play it with power to get back for the reds. He's looking at the yellow, I think.
Yeah, he obviously can get past the brown, but even so, he needs a lot of cue power here, a lot of bottom follow through. Played it with lots of right-hand side. Played it pretty well.
3.
Not in a position where he can play for the black, and maybe doesn't want to play for the black at the moment. I think there's a red that's more or less covering the black spot, so good angle on the blue needed.
4.
Well, he's got an angle on the blue. He'd like to have had a little bit more angle. Yeah. He's got the angle to come down the red, but he'd like to be playing on the red that's occupying the black spot. I'm not certain he can get to that. Well, how poorly is he at that, Terry?
Well, he played it with
9.
a lot of side spin and back spin together. He just didn't get the back spin on.
Well, yeah, but you want the spin on, so when it comes off the cushion, okay, he kissed the pink. But even if the pink hadn't been there, it only just about reached the cushion. His timing is not there. And if he gets out of this session only one behind, he should be delighted. Nice shot, as it turns out. He landed nicely on the red so he could drop it in and retain position on the black. Lucky to have that option, has to be said.
Yes, I'm not sure if you can hold off that black. Not an easy shot. Okay, if you could drop it in dead weight, it'd be okay, but is he going around the table or is he trying to get into that pack of reds? Well, the bottom one does pot, and he got hold of the cue ball that time. Stopped it running away from the pack too far.
70.
It's still a tricky one.
$18.
Well, they say that the interval changes matches, and it's happened here a bit with Ding. He looks far better than he did in the first 4. century across in the previous frame, a 66 before that. As John mentioned, I think his high break before those 2 breaks was 27. Incredible.
26.
Well, he felt he had a bad contact there. He's put himself in an awkward position, but if he's bridging over the black, it makes this red along the cushion. Well, another degree of difficulty would have been about 40%, I should think. Can't do much with the cue ball. Well,
34.
any more pace, and that would have stayed out. She just caught the near knuckle.
Well, they've broken pretty good.
41.
I think he may be on the red to the left middle and be able to play a little screw off the other reds to get position on the black. Well, he didn't even have
42.
to run off the other reds. Well, as I say, he'll be delighted to get out of this session only 1 frame behind. On the other hand, Mark Davis will be disappointed. He had a chance this frame. He had a good chance in the last frame when he missed an easy red in the middle of the table. So he'll be disappointed.
50.
This black to go 42 points in front. So red, colour red. And he'll be
57.
just the 1 frame behind. And this will be the last frame of this session. There was a scheduled
58.
9 frames to be played, but there'll only be time for 7.
$65. 66.
And that's it. This knowledgeable Crucible crowd, they know that that's the frame winning ball. Made 109 in the last frame. 66 in the frame before.
73. 74.
There's the rate with the balls. The 2 yellows now, 1 blue, 8 black. So he stayed around the black
76.
spot area. Tricky one this to keep it going. Not quite, but it won't matter. There'll be a handshake and they will be told by the referee that that's it. Not get any time for any more. Got to get ready for the evening session. So Mark Davis had an opportunity there when he led 4-0 to really run away with it. But he's only 1 frame in front at the end of that first session. Ding Junhui had to get better, and he did. But he still trails by the 1. 4-3, Mark Davis.
So all to play for in the final session of that match, which gets underway at 10 o'clock. That's when we return on BBC Two. We'll also show you what happens in the opening session of the match between Wales's Ryan Day and Northern Ireland's Mark Allen. We shall see you then. From all of us here, good night.
What they're planning is far more dangerous than anything we've imagined.